The NNSCRA Offline and Online Racing at its best presents Speed World.
Well, here we are. It's the third of the string of three races in a row on a short track here. Last race on the tour, we were at North Wilkesboro Speedway, and the race before that, we was at Bristol Motor Speedway. And the latter two tracks on this string of three straight races on a short track are two of the oldest short tracks we go to on the circuit. Last race at North Wilkesboro Speedway, it was a track that was built way back in 1949, and first run there in 49, I should say, too. 2 years after this track we're visiting this today for the Castrol GTX Cup Series, the 8th stop on the tour, Martinsville Speedway was built way back in 1947, been in operation for, at the time of this video, 78 years and still going strong today. But we are here today at Martinsville Speedway in the running of the STP 500. Here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole in the Jeff Gordon car, it's number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. It is Caleb Fogler. On the pole for today's event, he's alongside Eric Monaco, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. Fogler won this season earlier at Atlanta. Second row has car number 5. It is Phil Parker, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, and Trent Dunham in number 1, the Skull Classic Ford. They didn't run Oldsmobiles in 1995 in NASCAR. Third row has Christian Bracken in car 87, the Burger King Chevrolet, and number 31, Raphael LeDuc in the number 31 Hardee's Chevrolet. Row number 4, it's Kyle Matthews in the number 42 Coors Light Pontiac, and number 28 Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford. Row 5 is car number 6, that is Nathan Hudson, the Valvoline Ford, and number 15 Quality Care Ford of Alex Miller. Row 6 has car number 26. It is Daniel Voiles in the Quaker State Ford. He almost won at Bristol last race, 2 races prior. And Sean Galligan, car number 40, the Kendall Motor Oil Pontiac. Next row down, row number 7 has Jessica Shelton, the number 94 McDonald's Batman Forever Ford. Starting alongside of her, is car number 90, Jeff Leinbach in the Heilig Myers Ford. Next row down is number 81, Simon Oscon, the TIC Financial Systems Ford, and number 33, that is Reggie Fogelman in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. Next row down is number 16, Ali Liara in the Family Channel Ford, and number 22, Dylan Poteet in the MB&A Pontiac. Next row down is Colin Cropley, who won the season at Richmond in the Budweiser Chevrolet car 25, and number 43, the STP Pontiac of Matt McIntyre. Next row down is Mitchell Hodak in car 17, the Western Auto Chevrolet, and number 88, Kat Batson in the Texaco Haviland Ford. Next row down is Casey Hoyt in 75 in the Factory Stores of America Chevrolet, and the US Air Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford, car 77 of Laura Chung. Next row down is number 21, Quentin Moore, the Citgo Ford, and number 23, the winner at Bristol this season, Eric Sadler in the Smokin' Joe's Ford. Next row down is Cole Deaver, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, car number 3. He was second, but North Wilkesboro last race on the tour. He's alongside the Daytona 500 champion, Joshua Osborne. The best is Ford, car number 8. Joshua's the points leader coming in this event. Next row down is number 7, Alexander Rowe in the Exide Batteries Ford, and number 2, Dylan Young, who won at North Wilkesboro in the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. Next row down is number 30. It is Zachary Fitzwater, the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 18, that is Nathan Ormond in the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. Next row down is Hiccup Bush in car 71, the Olive Garden Chevrolet, and number 98, Connor Breton in the RCA DSS Ford, car number 98. Next row down is number 41, Sarah Eisner in the Kodiak Chevrolet, and number 19, Carson Gum in the Health Source Ford. Next row down is number 12, the Collar Sustre in the Main and Tail Straight Arrow Ford, and number 10, the Tide Ford of Michael Turner. Next row down is Seth Cole in car number 11, the Lowe's Ford, and number 9, Emmanuel Hartnett in the Spam Melling Performance Ford. And starting shotgun the field would be car number 29. That is Max Anderson in the Meineke Muffler Chevrolet. And James Henry, who's been strong this season so far in the Kmart Little Caesars Ford car 37, but he'll start shotgun in last position. See how he does moving up through the field. So that's your command. So that's your starting lineup for the today's STP 500. Here comes the command to fire the engines for this race here today at Martinsville.
Drivers, start your engines!
And getting the party engines, which is racing here today at Martinsville Speedway. The shortest and the slowest of the tracks on the Castrol GTX Cup Series circuit. Here, as the field rolls off behind the base race for the base up, we're back for the start of the race right after this. Field on the backstretch right now, getting ready for the start of the STP 500 at Martinsville Speedway. Pace car has ducked off onto the warm-up lane, and on the pit road here is Caleb Vogler, and the Ford car of Eric Monaco will lead him down. The green flag flies. The STP 500 is underway. And you got Hendrick Motorsports now, 1 and 2 off turn number 2 on the first lap here. Caleb Vogler, your leader, his teammate Phil Parker in second position. 2 of the cars out of Hendrick Motorsports, and and Colin Cropley a little bit ways back, I should say, in the 25 car, as Vogler leads the first lap of the race here today. We mentioned this track, the shortest and the slowest on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. Speeds here about lap speeds here, somewhere between 90 to 95 miles an hour. They qualify for the pole at a little over 92 miles an hour. Quite the contrast for the next from the next track we'll be going to on the circuit here. From the shortest, as traditionally at this point in the season, we go from the shortest and the slowest at Martinsville to the longest and the fastest at Talladega Super Speedway for the always exciting Winston 500. And that race you do not want to miss as well too. But today we're at Martinsville, as this race is now 3 laps old. Caleb Vogler continues to lead him down. Phil Parker second position, trying to hold off the challenge of Christian Bracken in car 87. It's the best runs he's had this season so far. The Burger King Chevrolet out of Nemco Motorsports. Second place starter, Eric Monaco, currently matching his car number, as car number 4 starts running right now in 4th position. And problems for the 5 car! Phil Parker has stalled track, and it has caused a logjam in turn number 2. And yellow flag is flown for the first time here today. What happened to Phil Parker to cause him to stall on the racetrack here? And oh, Caleb Vogler, don't! Oh my gosh. Vogler must have thought there was cars still ahead right there on the in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and did not want to crash like you remember he did at Dover last season. He was leading before the caution flag in the first portion of the race right there, and crashed into the entire field, and it feels sadly to say for him. Let's take a look at what happened to Phil Parker to cause the yellow flag to fly here. He was running very strong, running in second position. Things are going pretty good for him right now. Christian Bracken kind of working on him in the front stretch here. Then lap number 5 starts to hit, and then suddenly something goes wrong. Yeah, see Jeff Leinbach hits him there. Oscon misses him. Cole Deaver, Reggie Fogelman, everybody piles in. And 2 of the cars that stopped right there is Emmanuel Hartnett in the 9 and the 10 car of Michael Turner. And Vogler must have saw Turner was still there, and then he teleports on the pit road. So Vogler pretty much dodged a bullet right there. But for Phil Parker, he's still on the racetrack right now, and he and Turner and Hartnett are currently a lap down right now. Still running, I should say, for the time being. But boy, weird start to the race at Martinsville Speedway here. But it's Caleb Vogler, your leader right now. We'll be back for the restart right after this. Pace car ducks off on the pit road right there. Caleb Vogler continues to lead the event here today at Martinsville Speedway. Christian Bracken second. Third right now is Eric Monaco. 4th position right now belonging to Kyle Matthews. 5th is Trent Dunham. 6th is Nathan Hudson, matching his car number. Daniel Boyles is in 7th position. 8th is Keith Batson. 9th is Rafaela Duke. And Jessica Shelton currently in 10th position. Green flag back out, lap number 11 here at Martinsville. Single file in line for the time for the most part. Keith Batson trying to work his way to the inside of the 26 car of Daniel Voiles, and there's Nathan Hudson, the 6 car, running in P6 right now as Voiles tries to work on him. Battle of the motor oil, well, actually 3 of the motor oil cars right there together. Nathan Hudson for Valvoline, Quaker State, the sponsor on Daniel Voiles' car, and Keith Batson for Texaco and Haviland, which right now is getting ready to lose a spot here to Rafael Leduc in car 31, the season 36 series champion. Batson to the high side. Shelton trying to, well, she's under fire right now from the 15 car of Alex Miller. And Jess gets moved to the track right now for the time being. You see a little back end bender on Jessica's car. Still running good right now, running in 10th position at the moment here. Jessica has had a rugged season for the time being. And she jump on board with Jessica Shelton. In fact, all 3 of our in-car cameras today, all carried by ladies, as a matter of fact here. Jessica Shelton, Laura Chung, and Kat Batson will all have our in-car cameras in today's event. Right now, you're riding with the queen herself, Jessica Shelton. 10th position she's running right now. Up ahead of her is Keith Batson in 9th. And there's a look from inside Kat Batson's in-car camera. Kat right now running in 24th position. And by the way, the Kat in this case is short for Kathleen. Reggie Vogelman going inside, getting past Kat Batson. And Kat comes into the back bumper of the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. Backing also Ben on the Reggie Vogelman machine as they come down she comes off turn number 2 right now. And you see, Kat had the feather to the throttle still there going into turn number 3. Feeling like she may have gotten in the corner possibly a bit too hard. And there's a look from onboard Laura Chung's machine right there. Chung, the 77 guard, running in 32nd position. Up ahead of her is Cole Diva, and Laura up the track big time, along also with the 12 car of Power Sustre. Seth Cole goes by Laura. Laura fighting the same problem, obviously, at Kat Batson as the car wants to go a little on the high side. That's the way it looks like on the racetrack right now. Laura Chung trying to hold off now the 98 car of Connor Breton. And up behind him is Dylan Young, the man who dominated at North Wilkesboro Speedway and en route to leading every lap and winning the event title. Well, here at Martinsville, a complete 180. He's currently 35th, and now he's currently in 35th position, now trying to hold off Nathan Orman. Orman also finished top 5 at North Wilkesboro, finishing in 3rd position in that race, so Nathan had a good run there. But not as much here today at Martinsville Speedway. This track here, as we said, the shortest and the slowest on the tour at 0.526 miles. And also, if you look overhead from, like, say, a airplane or a helicopter, or maybe even a picture from a drone, you'll find that the track is a little bit looks a little bit like a paperclip, with its tight corners and long straightways about 800 feet long. As we watch Caleb Vogler continue to hold on to the lead here, as he has dominated the race so far from the start in the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, the Jeff Gordon car. This is his 2nd season in that car. He won last season at North Wilkesboro Speedway. He already has a win this season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Looking for his 2nd win of season 38. He has got 1 second on the Burger King Chevrolet of Christian Bracken. There's Eric Monaco still in 3rd position. 4th position is still Kyle Matthews. And 5th position still belonging to Trent Dunham in car number 1, the Skull Classic Ford. New paint scheme, paint scheme, I should say, is what I'm trying to say, on the number 1 machine. You remember it was black and white last season. This season it's black and green. kind of a reversal to the 33 car of Reggie Fogelman you saw a little bit earlier there. Hudson's in 6th position. 7th is still Daniel Voiles. Rafael LeDuc is now in 8th position, the 31 car. Then the Batson battle is still going on between Keith Batson in 28 and Jessica Shelton in 94. Alex Miller right now currently running in 11th position in the Quality Care Ford, car number 15. Alex won twice last season, still looking for that first victory of the season. He's got the car that can do it, and it's also with his driving ability as well. Shelton, you saw it right there up ahead. Take a look a bit on the inside of Keith Batson, looking to try to get a position on him. 12th position right now, belonging to a that's Emmanuel Hartnett. He's running in 40th position. Emmanuel Hartnett he is not having a good run so far here. Hartnett made an unscheduled pit stop. His car still looks pretty clean. But evidently a unscheduled pit stop for the number 9 machine has put him back in 40th position. There's the 12th position machine right there. Ali Layara in car 16, the Family Channel Ford. Michael Turner currently a lap down in 41st position. His car also looks a little on the clean side. Colin Cropley, teammate to Caleb Fogler and Philip Parker in the 25 machine. Colin running in 13th position in the Budweiser Chevrolet. 14th is Matt McIntyre. 15th right now belonging to Quentin Moore. Sitco Ford. He's also got a bit of a hood buckle on the number 21 machine. Dylan Poteet, 16th position is where he's at right now in the 22 car. Alexander Rowe running right now in 17th position. He's moved up to the field nicely himself. The Excite Batteries machine. Rumors float that car will be going to the 99 team next season. But no change in manufacturer. It'll still be a Ford. Mitchell Hodak, 7th and running in 18th position right now. Behind him, the man who was running second there on the early going, Phil Parker, and whatever went wrong in the 5 car to the Kellogg's machine has been remedied, but he unfortunately right now sits a lap down in last position, 42nd. So touchback for Phil Parker, who started 3rd in this race, appeared to have had a pretty good setting up for a pretty good day in the top 5, and unfortunately it has all gone downhill for him. Sean Galligan running in 19th position. 20th right now is Eric Sadler, the winner at Bristol this season. Salmon Oscon runs in 21st position in his TIC Financial Systems Ford. Salmon has had some decent runs this season as well too. And if you know Salmon, he is a competitive individual, much like Colin Cropley, but a competitive individual who would like to, and he has made it known that he wants to improve his performance in this series for sure. Try to strive himself to do better. And he is doing a little bit better right now this season so far in 21st position. 22nd is Casey Hoyt. 23rd is Jeff Leinbach. 24th right now is Reggie Fogelman as he is still got Cat Batson on his tail right now in the number 88 machine. Back on board with Cat Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford, car 88. Take a look at the telemetry right there, 65 miles an hour in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And up to about 114 miles an hour in turn number 3. Down about 65 miles an hour again in 3 and 4. And then down across the start-finish line. 115 miles an hour again in turn number 1, excuse me. Laps do go by quickly at Martinsville. Laps do go by quickly at Martinsville. Lap time's about probably 20 seconds a lap here on this track. And usually the RPMs, usually see high RPMs at Martinsville Speedway. Not so much here today, about only 8,400 RPMs. You saw Cat Batson's car going into turn number 1. Eric Monaco now trying to close up on Christian Brecken for second place. Kodak Film Chevrolet started this race second position, looking to try to take second position away. The Morgan McClure Chevrolet. giving that number 4 car a really good ride right now here in Martinsville Speedway, and this is the home state for Morgan McClure Racing. Their shop is in Abingdon, Virginia. Quite a ways from Martinsville. Abingdon is actually more close to Bristol Motor Speedway than it is Martinsville. I know so because I've been to Bristol several times myself. Monaco is still running in third position. Fourth is still Kyle Matthews, and fifth is still Trent Dunham. And there's still your leader, past halfway home here at Martinsville Speedway. 42, coming to complete the 41st lap of the event, is Caleb Vogler. The number 24 DuPont Chevrolet started this race from the pole at over 92 miles an hour, and right now, running strong at this point here. His last lap a little over 91 miles an hour for the DuPont Chevrolet. They are averaging right now a little over 81 miles an hour here. Of course, one caution flag slowed this race down. That was not even for a wreck here. Phil Parker stalled on the course here at Martinsville after on the 7th or 8th lap of the event right there. And since then, it's been smooth sailing. Been relatively action-free pretty much, because a lot of people are still holding their positions here at Martinsville in this track here. A bit of a tedious process to try to balance between a wreck fest and a bore fest here. This is one of the tracks that's kind of a tedious process to try to do so. Give me the rest of the finish running for you right now. Hiccup Bush right now runs in 26th position. There's the points leader, Joshua Osborne, right now running in 27th spot. The winner of the Daytona 500 winner this season. Joshua has been running superb all season long so far, but they have evidently missed a setup here at Martinsville. On the Raybestos Ford. 28th position right now is Sarah Eisner. 29th is Zachary Fitzwater in the 30 Pennzoil machine. And 30th right now belongs to Seth Cole. Laura Chung, 31st. Cole Beavers, 32nd. 33rd is Dylan Young. 34th right now is Nathan Ormond. 35th is Kyle Sustre. 36th position right now is Connor Breton. 37th is Carson Gum. 38th is James Henry. And 39th is Max Anderson trying to fight to stay on the lead lap, because he's got Caleb Vogler behind him now in the number 24 machine. Vogler pushing a little bit to the high side for some reason on that DuPont Chevrolet, trying to find himself a way around. As we all know, catching him is one thing, but passing him is a whole nother story at Martinsville. And Vogler, I'm sure in the fear right now that he wants his lead is going to be chopped here in a few laps, because Christian Bracken actually chopped 0.3 of a second off of Vogler's lead the last time by. Let's see what it is this time by. It was 184 the last time. It's now 187. So the interval's still the same. Check the interval once again here as they come to complete the 49th lap of the race. 187 the last time. Interval 1.87, I should say. It is now up another 100 of a second. 1.88 seconds now for between the front two cars. There is Bracken trying his darndest to try to catch that 24 car. 1.88 seconds the last time by. This time by, it's now closed up to 1.86, only 200ths of a second, but there's the chopper view from Martinsville Speedway. There, see how close the 87 and the 4 cars are. Christian Bracken in the 87 and the 4 car of Eric Monaco. Bracken about a half a straightaway behind the Caleb Vogler car. Vogler going to turn 3, and Bracken comes across the start-finish line by the time Vogler goes into turn number 1. So, and it's chopped about another 1/10 of a second. It's 1.7 seconds now between the front two cars. And Vogel right now saying, "Come on, Max, don't hold me up any longer." So like I said, catching him is one thing, but passing him is a whole nother story at Martinsville Speedway. And especially when you're in lap traffic and it wants to give you nothing but an absolute headache. And Vogel right now has 21 laps remaining here at Martinsville Speedway to try to hold off. And he actually tacked a little bit on his lead on the Christian Bracken machine. Bracken is now less than a half a second ahead of that 4 car of Eric Monaco, who's now got the 42 car of Kyle Matthews coming up on him in the 42 machine. So these 4 cars there, along with Trent Dunham in the 1 car in 5th position, staying relatively close to each other here. Check the fastest lap of the race so far. Caleb Vogler does have the fastest lap of the race so far at 92.326 miles an hour. Keith Batson not far behind him at 92.321 miles an hour. Keith right now sitting in the 9th position at the moment. Check and see if there's any battles going on here. Keith Batson and Jessica Shelton still going at it. The 28 and 94 machines, along with the 15 car of Alex Miller. As we once again go for a ride with Jessica Shelton. You see Jessica's last lap, or best lap at the bottom right there, 92.101 miles an hour. Her last lap, a little over 90 miles per hour, 90.768 to be exact. And see what it is this time by for Jessica as she comes off turn number 4, still trying to get down, trying to chase down Keith Batson in car number 28 there. And last lap for Jessica, 89.91 miles an hour. And that comparing to Keith Batson's 90.266. So. And they are and that 87 car Christian Bracken still closing up on Vogler, and it's now down to 1.41 seconds now. So last few laps right there, Bracken has chopped about almost a half a second off of Vogler's lead. And it's because that 29 car will not let Caleb Vogler go. And Vogler's, he got up on the high side this time by. This is going to let the 87 car close up. That 24 car, the 24 car wants to drift up high for some inexplicable reason now, and he goes low. He goes high again this time by, and the 87 car runs a little bit lower line. That is going to be a bit of a determining factor possibly. And look at that interval. It dropped down 1600ths the last time, but it's now 1.2 seconds. So Bracken is coming. Don't tune away, folks. We are in for a shootout, possibly here in the final 12 laps at Martinsville Speedway. Can Christian Bracken get his first win? We'll find out. He's now 109 now. He's closed up. It was 1.88. It was 1.88 seconds. About 15 laps ago. And Bracken has now chopped Vogler's lead to almost nothing. It's now less than a second now. It's now 9200ths of a second now. Vogler, he wants to get that 29 car as quick as he can possible before that 87 car gets up on his back bumper. And I doubt that it's going to be happening right there, because that 29 car, Max Anderson, is very, very relentless. Vogler got the high side this time by. He missed a turn. Vogler missed the corner that time by. Here comes Bracken. Just give you a little field rundown right here. There is Bracken right there, the 87 car. He's now practically almost close up on the back of that 24 car's tail. See what happens going into number 1. Vogler. A little bit better line that time by, though, but Brecken still coming. 0.6 of a second this time by. We know it's going to be a Chevrolet in victory lane either way, and Kyle Matthews got by the 4 car of Eric Monaco. There is Matthews right there, the 42 car. Is he going to get that position this time by? Monaco stay up on the high side there, trying to stay with Matthews. Nope. Matthews will hold on, will take third position away. Trent Dunham maybe trying. Well, here comes Monaco. He's up in the back bumper of that 42 car now. So we got battles coming on in the last few laps at Martinsville Speedway. Don't tune away, folks. This is going to be a battle here. And 29 car still will not get out of that. Still not let the 24 car by. Like I said, you can't blame Max at this point. He's relentless on wanting to stay on the lead lap. Vogler completes lap number 70 in the lead. 5 laps remaining. And it's now 4,800 that time by. Christian Bracken looking for his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. Caleb Vogler looking, I believe, for his 4th. He actually won a race, I think, in season 36, I think. Don't quote me on that just yet. And Eric Monaco, he's now got Trent Dunham close enough by the back of that on him in the number 1 car. It's for 4th position. Monaco drifting high a little bit there. Dunham goes to the low side now. But falls in behind the number 4 car now with now just 3 laps remaining. Boy, what a drive for Christian Bracken, that Burger King Chevrolet. It's now close it all up on Caleb Vogler now just about. Now, this time by, 2 laps remaining. It's now down to 3,900 of a second. He's almost up on the back bumper of that 24 car. What's going to happen on the final lap of the race here? Vogler knows 1 slip in that 87 car is alongside of him. In the turn 3 now, the white flag waves. 1 more lap remaining at Martinsville. Bracken close up. Bracken actually lost a little ground that time by. Vogler knows he's got to stay smooth. In the turn 3 now, Vogler, is he going to stay low or is he going to go up high? He stays low, and it's going to be all she wrote off the 4th turn. Caleb Vogler goes from wire to wire. Caleb Vogler wins the STP 500 at Martinsville Speedway. But what a drive by that 87 car of Christian Bracken. He was down by about 1.88 seconds with about, what was it, about 30 laps remaining in the race or so. Falls short a little bit of the line, though. It was 5,700 of a second the margin of victory. But for Caleb Vogler, he knew what he had to do. Try to not slip going in the corners at Martinsville, which that's a track like this, it's actually pretty hard to do, believe it or not. But the Jeff Gordon colors goes to victory lane for the 2nd time this season. He won at Atlanta. And the margin of victory of this race here, 5,700 of a second, and the average speed, 85.067 miles per hour. The margin of victory, or actually, I should say the average speed. Here at Martinsville Speedway here. But what a drive. Caleb Vogler is your winner. Christian Bracken 2nd. 3rd goes to Kyle Matthews. 4th position goes to Eric Monaco. He just held off Trent Dunham for that spot. So Monaco matches his car number in finishing position here. Car number 4 finishes P4. Trent Dunham comes home 5th. Daniel Voiles a solid day in 6th position. He got past Nathan Hudson late in the going. Hudson comes home 7th. 8th goes to Raphael Leduc. His best finish, I believe, this season. 9th goes to Keith Batson. And Jessica Shelton finally gets her first top 10 of the season. As hard as that is to believe, Jessica usually runs well at Martinsville. And she had to scrap like a badger to hold off Alex Miller for that spot, though. You know Miller wanted that top 10 spot almost as bad as Shelton. Miller does come home with a solid 11th, however, though, so good day for him. Ali Liar comes home 12th. 13th goes to Colin Cropley. 14th, Matt McIntyre. 15th, Quentin Moore. 16th, Dylan Poteet. 17th, Alexander Rowe. 18th, Mitchell Hodak. 19th, Sean Gallagher. And Salmon Oscon, with a top 20 finishing in 20th position. 21st goes to Eric Sadler. 22nd, Casey Hoyt. Jeff Leinbach, 23rd. 24th, Cat Betson, 25th. Reggie Vogelman, 26th. Hiccup Bush, 27th. Goes to Joshua Osborne. 27th goes to, or 28th, excuse me, goes to Sarah Eisner. 29th position will go to Zachary Fitzwater. 30th to Laura Chung. 31st, Cole Deaver. 32nd to Seth Cole. Dylan Young. 33rd. 34th goes to Kyler Sustre. 35th to Nathan Orman. 36th, Connor Breton. 37th, Carson Gum. 38th, James Henry. 39th, Max Anderson. 40th to Emmanuel Harden. He retired out of the race late in the going. I don't know what happened for. Might have retired on the final lap. I'm not sure. Anyway, Michael Turner, 41st, and Phil Parker. A shame for him. He started his race in 3rd position, had a second place run going on in the early going of the race, and he ends up having a problem in the middle of 1 and 2 on lap number 8, and that cost him, and that pretty much ruined his day, and he ends up finishing last position. Heartbreaker definitely for Caleb Fogler, or heartbreaker, excuse me, for Phil Parker. But for Caleb Fogler, it's been nothing. But for Caleb Fogler, no heartbreaks here. He had a pretty much a perfect day. He started from the pole, led all 60 laps here today, and dominates at Martinsville Speedway, but not without a fight from Christian Bracken in second position here today at Martinsville. I think for Bracken, I think it's his career best finish in this series, I believe, too. So if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inner races, we got gaming videos, we got inner online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Next Gen Cup Series and Duracell Ultra Light Series, the two main series on this channel, both run by the head honcho himself, Seth Cole. And if you want in on future seasons of Seth's Duracell Next Gen Cup Series or Duracell Ultra Light Series, be sure to get with Seth and he will get you going on that. And also be sure to check out other channels from the NNSCRA community as well. So that would do it here today at Martinsville Speedway. Here, congratulations once again to Caleb Fogler, the winner of the STP 500. And for now, this is James Cole. This is the production of the NNSCRA offline and online racing at its best. We'll see you at Talladega Super Speedway for the always exciting Winston 500.